Oh, good morning, everyone. It is Jeff Exline in the Digital Content Center. I want to bring you up to date with the weather and tell you what, this weather this week is looking fantastic. Or as Bill likes to say in the mornings when we're doing some of the colorings of the snowbirds or looking at some of the colorings that come in, fabulous. Spell it out. Spell it out. Fabulous. Fabulous weather here this week. Spring fever will be running quite high, I think, across the area throughout the week with sunshine and above normal temperatures. And we'll take a look outside. Some of the cameras we have here. And we do have a sunny sky, hardly a cloud in the sky up and down the area as we speak. Late this morning at 11:10 in the morning. Weather is looking fantastic. A little bit of a chilly start, I guess we could say, but we are warming up nicely right now with all that sunshine. There I am. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the conditions out there. Temperature-wise, we're pretty close to 50 degrees here at 11 o'clock in the morning. Expected to climb into the 60s this afternoon. Yesterday, we were in the 50s, and today we are going to be in the 60s. So you can see our futurecast temperatures in the low, maybe even mid-60s for a few locations, but low 60s for many, I think. Winds today, not too bad, lighter than yesterday. Of the southwest between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Clear sky tonight, overnight lows near 40. I'm sure some of the valleys will be running colder in the 30s, and then tomorrow back to sunshine, middle upper 60s coming our way for tomorrow afternoon. And Charlene gives it the approval. Good morning, Charlene. She's saying beautiful weather, and beautiful weather it is indeed out there throughout the upcoming week. So no snow in this forecast this week. We get a break from that. Are we done with snow again? Probably not, because we likely see a little bit of snow after the forsythia blooms, and that hasn't happened yet, although I have a feeling the forsythia will start blooming this week outside. Temperature 64 in Wheeling, 64 in New Martinsville. These are the high temperatures today, I should say, and the high temperatures tomorrow in the upper 60s, nearing 70 degrees. Now, there will be a cold front coming through tomorrow night, but it will just sort of give us a glancing blow. Look at the temperatures as we head into Wednesday. Up north, up in Cleveland and Toledo, they're going to be in the 40s, struggling to get to 50 because the front will come through and they're going to see the wind come off of Lake Erie, which is rather chilly this time of year. So it's going to be colder to the north of us, but we will still see high temperatures in the 60s come Wednesday afternoon. And then come Thursday afternoon, I think Thursday's the start of a 3-day stretch with highs of 70 degrees or better. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in the 70s. We have that lunar eclipse, speaking of Friday, coming our way Friday morning. You have to wake up really early in the morning here. Wake up when us News 9 Sunrise folks wake up at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning to catch the eclipse. So it will look like this. You see that red? It's also referred to as the blood moon when you get this lunar eclipse. That's because the light will be casting some of the shadows through the Earth's atmosphere, and will be casting on through and scattering that light, and we'll see it as red. So that occurs at 2:58 in the morning. That's when the maximum eclipse occurs on Friday morning. It begins at 1:09 is the partial eclipse. The total eclipse begins at 2:26 in the morning. Maximum eclipse is 2:58, and then the total eclipse ends at 3:30. So from 2:30 to 3:30, you're going to see, that red look to the moon. And then the partial eclipse comes to an end at 4:47 a.m. The question is, will we be able to see it? And it looks pretty good. It looks pretty promising. Clear to partly cloudy sky during the overnight hours into Friday morning. So pretty good viewing, it looks like, for the lunar eclipse. And you won't have to worry about any glasses or anything like that when you're looking at the lunar eclipse at night. Now, over the weekend, when you know it, we will see breezy conditions. Showers will return Saturday. I think they'll be more prevalent and more impactful on Sunday, meaning more of your Sunday will be wet versus Saturday, but there's some showers around Saturday and maybe a steadier rain on Sunday. That cold front will also knock the temperatures down as we head into next week. So there's your forecast. Today, tomorrow, sunshine, 60s, upper 60s tomorrow, and low 60s again on Wednesday. Thursday, partly cloudy, highs near 70, up to 75 Friday, and then we'll see those showers around Saturday. Rain a little more likely Sunday. Could be some thunder over the weekend. And then it turns cooler as we head into next Monday with highs near 50 on St. Patrick's Day. A couple things to watch out for over the weekend. Maybe some heavier rain into Sunday. Also, the potential for some thunderstorm activity and the potential for some gusty winds. So the weather gets more active over the weekend. Sorry, I didn't plan it that way, but it looks like that's when we'll see our wet weather arrive. And then it turns a little bit cooler there briefly on Monday. Renee is enjoying the sunshine. And Charlene says spring fever this week, but Mother Nature will probably say not yet. Yeah. Well, it will cool down a little bit there, as you can see, Renee, on Monday, but it doesn't look too cool. Like I said, though, I'm sure we'll see some snow before the end of March and even into April. I'm sure we'll see snowflakes return. Of course, the sun set making some news here. So the times changed over the weekend. I don't know. I always get cracked up over the time change, how it just seems to just cause so many people get all up in arms over the time change of an hour. But I don't know. It's something I've always, done my whole life. So it's just like, it's time change time. That's what happens. Now, our sunset tracker, notice today the sun sets at 7:24. So almost 7:30 today, and a week from today, March 17th, St. Patty's Day is 1 week from today. And then in a month, our sun will be setting closer to 8 o'clock on April the 10th. And in 2 months from now, May the 10th, that sun will be setting at 8:27. And this is kind of a cool image to check out. We'll walk through here monthly, and this shows you the change in daylight month to month, either gaining daylight or decreasing daylight across the country. And again, this is regardless whether or not you have standard time or daylight saving time, all that kind of stuff. No matter what, if we would still have this monthly change when it comes to temperature, or not temperatures, daylight. So, in January, we're gaining around here, almost 40 minutes of daylight during the month. February, we gain even more. We gain about an hour of daylight, and even more. March is the month where we gain the most daylight. During the month of March, we're gaining 80 minutes of daylight during the month of March, and we still gain about 70 minutes of daylight in April. Then come May, you can see it backs off. We're gaining around 50 minutes of daylight. And then June, we're gaining less than 10 minutes, because what's June? June is the summer solstice. And, that occurs around the 21st or so of June. And that's when we have the most daylight. So we sort of hit the brakes on gaining daylight in June. And then, of course, we all know what happens after June. In July, we start losing about a half an hour of daylight. And then in August, we lose more. We lose even more in September and into October. And then November, we still lose in daylight. December, though, just like the beginning of summer, the beginning of winter is in December. So we lose less than 10 minutes of daylight lost in December. But it just shows you how through the year we gain daylight and then we lose daylight all around the solstice. Around the summer solstice, we gain daylight up to the summer solstice, and then we lose daylight after the summer solstice until we head to the winter solstice, and then we start gaining daylight again. So that's just a look at that. And again, that's regardless of the time change and all that kind of stuff. So that will happen whether or not you keep one time versus another time. So that's what we got going on. The weather in the near term looking very quiet around here. We are seeing some beautiful weather. Sort of sitting down a little low. Maybe I can bring that down a little bit. There we go. A little better. Beautiful weather this week with those high temperatures in the 60s. If you want to get the car washed, this would be good opportunity to get the car washed. I don't know if you noticed on your car over the weekend after we had that snow Friday evening and then it melted, your car had a layer of dirt on it. That's because there was a lot of dust in the atmosphere from a dust storm that occurred in Arizona, the Four Corners region, into Texas even. And that dust got sucked up into the atmosphere as they were having that dust storm. And as that system moved east from that area, the Four Corners region, the southwestern part of the United States, and then moved into our area, it precipitated mainly in the form of snow Friday evening. And then everyone's cars the next day, after the snow melted, if you had your car parked outside, had that layer of kind of dirt on it, right? And that was the dust that was falling out of the atmosphere from the sandstorms that were occurring out in the southwestern part of the United States. So everyone's cars were kind of grimy and dirty, and everyone was like, well, why? What happened? That's why. So now you know, if you don't know, but if you don't know by now, that's why your car looked, grimy. So we don't have to worry about that anytime soon with the, any weather makers coming in. But if you want to get the car washed because of all that dirt and grime on your car, next several days are looking fantastic for that. One other thing I wanted to share, I don't know what it is. I think let me see if I can find this. We really need like a search ability in the in our weather. We have so many weather graphics we've compiled over the years and made, but we have like no search tool. But every year I find it funny around this time of the year, USA Today loves to put out a story about the cicadas coming back. And they list, a bunch of states that are going to see the cicadas this year. And it gets spread around like wildfire because Ohio, West Virginia are included. But our local area is not included in this brood of cicadas. We are in the brood that will emerge again. What is it? I want to say it's 18 years. It's either 17 or 18. I think it's 18 years. Every 18 years, this brood emerges. And as you can see, we're in the purple coloring here. I can maybe bring this up full for you. There you go. So you get a better idea what it looks like. And so I already had somebody pass along that article, and it said, West Virginia and Ohio are going to see the cicadas again this year. Well, technically that article is not incorrect from USA Today, but it's not the entire state of Ohio, not the entire state of West Virginia, because our brood emerges in 2033. So that is when we will see the periodical cicadas in our area. So again, I think it's every 18 years. So we will not have to worry about them this year. In 2033, however, we will see those cicadas make the comeback. Now, if you are visiting South Central Ohio into Southern West Virginia, see the green, that's where they're going to see it in 2025. So this part of the state is going to see it in 2025, or these two states, I should say. But our local area is in that purple color, which responds, if you look up to the scale there, 2033. So if you see, USA Today, I think it must have been over the weekend, they had that article out. So if you see it getting shared a lot on Facebook, the cicadas are coming back this year. Not around here so much, but it will be. That's kind of amazing how they I feel like every year it's a good clickbait kind of a story, because that article will get shared like wildfire on social media. Every year it gets shared, and different parts of different states are going to have it in different years. So, but just keep in mind that this year we're not expecting them around here, as they occur every 18 years. What we are expecting with our weather this week is sunshine. And if you like sunshine and warm weather, you are going to love the weather this week. 60s and 70s for high temperatures, lots of sun, maybe a few clouds in here Wednesday. But hopefully not too much in the way of clouds into Friday morning, as we have the lunar eclipse happening Friday morning. And then as we head into the weekend, when showers return. But we do have a good shot at hitting 70 degrees, at least 70 Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. With right now, if you were to ask me, Sunday is the more impactful day when it comes to weather, when it comes to rain. We're Saturday's looking kind of showery, and there's going to be a lot of time probably where it's not raining. That's the way it looks right now. And it'll also be warmer Saturday than Sunday. And St. Patrick's Day is 1 week from today, and doesn't look quite as warm, with high temperatures next Monday near 50 degrees. So that's all I have for you. Covered the lunar eclipse Friday, covered the forecast, and even played Mythbusters with the cicadas. Not happening around here this year. 2033, though, they'll be back. Oh, Love the cicadas. That's always a fun year when those cicadas come out. They're fascinating too. They live under the ground. They come out and they, lay their eggs, and then they die, and it's kind of a fascinating thing how they live their entire life under the ground, and then they emerge just to reproduce basically, and then that's it for them. So quite the life of the cicada. Hopefully you have a great weather week, great week in general. And as we get out there, enjoy the sun, get those lawnmowers ready. I think I'm taking mine into the shop today because I know this warm weather here, once that soil temperature gets up to about 55, it is going to start taking off. It might take a while, but that grass will start getting greener and start growing on us here before you know it. So this would be a good week to get the lawnmower tuned up, make sure everything's working, and sharpen your blades and place some spark plugs if need be. And get ready for grass cutting season because, as we all know, it's right around the corner. Well, have a great day, everyone. News 9 Midday is coming up in about a half an hour at noon on News 9 Midday. That's what I'm trying to say. It's Monday. Forgive me. That time change. I'm still messed up from the time change. So I'll see you then on News 9 Midday. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy that sunshine and all the warm weather this week.